I'm Kat. I'm Corinne. And this is how we survived our first year at Oxbridge. Oh. So in this video, we're going to be talking about firstly pre-Oxbridge and Freshers Week. We're also going to be discussing lectures and tutorials, and clubs and societies, and then finally examinations and how we did all those things to help us survive in our first year. Yep, that's the criteria for today's video. Yeah, that's the agenda. The agenda. The agenda. Freshers Week. Okay. I think I'll start. Okay. So in my college, UC Cavendish, we actually had a bridging week. So this is week 0. We all got there a week early.
Wait, can you explain what the weeks are actually?
Oh yeah. So Oxford and Cambridge run on like different weeks. So you have week 1 to 8. Of
Which
the
is like
academic term.
Yeah, so tutorials, lectures, that's when all the work happens.
Yeah, which is when all the work happens. So we had a freshers week, but we also had a bridging week. I think I'll talk more about my bridging week. In our bridging week, so that's week 0, we came about 10 days earlier than everyone else, because they wanted everyone in my college to get to know each other. And they just set up all these activities for us. I remember one of the most fun activities we did was the punting. I went punting and I met my best friends actually in bridging week. I'm still friends with them now. I won't name them, but yeah. And then we just got introduced to the college. We did multiple tours around, and at the end of the whole week, we did our matriculation. I think we were the first college to matriculate.
Okay, so what is a matriculation?
Yeah, okay. So matriculation is when you're initiated into the university. You wear your gown and a formal dress. We had to sign our names into this book, so a book where previous students have signed in their names just to really officially mark our entry into the university and into the college. And we also had a dinner after where we met our supervisors for the year. I remember I met one of my supervisors in person, so he did my interview. And I remember when I met him, the first thing I thought, oh my god, this person is so tall. Like when you meet your interviewer on Zoom, you just seeing their face. He was so tall. I was like, oh my god. But that's just a personal little disclaimer there. But yeah, it was really lovely. The dinner was really nice. It was great to meet all the other students on my course. And I remember the only thing that was a bit annoying was that we had these really early morning sessions. So we had to wake up at like 9. Like obviously they were introducing us to the college. We had multiple talks from like the JCR committee.
You do like academic work as well?
We actually, yeah, we did study skills as well. They did so many things, honestly. This was so long ago. This was like months ago, so I'm just trying to rack my brain. But yeah, we did study skills as well. I think I remember telling you. So yeah, it was just really nice.
Cool.
I loved being in my college. So bridging week was fun. We went clubbing a lot as well. Do not shy away from drinking when you come in. That first week before work starts, have as much fun as you can, and do not stay in your room. Go out and make friends.
All right.
What about you? What was your freshers week like? No, actually, what was your matriculation like? Because I saw pictures.
Okay, I think I'll start with Freshers Week.
Okay,
That sounded boring.
Ah!
It's sucking the life off everyone. So her college does this bridging week thing.
Really fun.
Obviously,
It's
again,
fun.
okay. I mean, again, I'm not one that would look down against the college for trying to transition their students well into the college by having proper study skill sessions.
Yeah.
I think actually Hilders could do that more as well, actually. But I think our freshman week was a little bit different. So we came in week 0 as well. And again, week 0 is essentially just the week before officially academic term starts. And we came in, everyone moved into their dorms, and then I think I have it on my phone actually. So it was like literally from Sunday, the 1st of October, all the way till like
Yours was like 2 days.
Sunday, the 8th of October.
Ours was 10 days.
Yours was a week, 7 days, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we basically did things like they introduced us to the college, we did like registration, we met the JCR, we had a night tour of Oxford, we had a movie night at Pembroke College, club night, we had a club night every night. Fun. Again, I think actually one thing with clubbing, actually I think I should mention before I continue is that clubbing isn't for everyone. I think everyone comes into uni at different levels and different stages when it comes to their social dynamics, maturity, stuff like that. So if you're not a particularly clubby person, I think you don't need to succumb to peer pressure. I think you can make your Oxford experience, or your, again, to each their own, or your fresh experience what you want it to be. I think the most important thing really is just trying to take yourself to your comfort zone, and meet different people, as many people as you can. Because don't forget, what's so lovely about the Oxford Cambridge system is the fact that everything is delegated to colleges. So it's your little community, it's your little home. And I can guarantee you that you're going to know everyone in your college by the end of the first couple weeks.
If you want to survive your freshers week and survive your first year, freshers week is so important because, like, obviously friendship groups do shift throughout the year, but I think if you want to survive your first year at uni, really capitalize on freshers week and make the most of it, because it's pre-work.
It's pre-work, exactly.
And that's the time to actually meet as many people as you can.
I think, and I think that's what I did, and I was also grateful that the pre-Oxbridge networking I did as well helped me to consolidate the friendships I already established. But
what was your matriculation like actually?
Okay, I'm gonna get to that now actually. So we also had a library induction.
We had that too.
So essentially it's just you meeting people. It's a combination of like introductory meetings and then social events.
I think obviously it's different in other colleges as well.
It varies per college, per uni, but that's essentially what freshers week is.
Survival is contingent on making the most of it, guys.
I don't think your survival is contingent on making the most of it. I think it's just there for fun, no pressure. Just relax, enjoy it. And I think it's also you to assimilate into the university and just and also living away from home as well. Anyway, continue. Okay, matriculation.
I loved your outfit.
Okay,
this is the one thing I actually think. This is the only thing Oxford have over
Cambridge. So you guys have nothing else over us.
We do have a lot of it. Their matriculation outfits are so cute.
So I'll talk about matriculation. So matriculation is basically, like Corinne said, when you're inducted or initiated into university. In Oxford, I think we have a more formal way of doing it. So in Oxford, essentially what we do is that everyone wears what they call sub-fusk. And sub-fusk is essentially just formal attire. So you've got your freshers gown. So it's an ordinary gown. It's uniform for everyone that they wear. And when you get into university, after doing your examinations, people that perform exceptionally get a different set of gowns, and it changes like graduation gown, but you have your standard sub-fusk freshers gown, first year gown, whatever your gown. So if you don't get academic excellence, you don't get upgraded to gowns. But and then you have like a white shirt, a black skirt, tights. You go for a ribbon, and then you also have to hold like the graduation cap, and the boys wear like a standard suit, and then you've got to wear like brogues, your proper basically school shoes. So everyone wears that. And then what happens is that different colleges go to what we call the Sheldonian Theatre at different times. And the Sheldonian Theatre is like one of the buildings in Oxford. An old building. It's like a hall where you also have lots of like talks and performances happening there. So everyone comes in there, and we get a speech from the vice chancellor, and they basically induct us to the university. It's a full you have to do. Everyone has to do it. It's like your formal entry to the university. And my highlight from matriculation was actually that I saw Emma Watson.
You saw Emma Watson?
Because Emma Watson matriculated in the same year that I did, which is October 2023.
Did you get a picture?
No, I literally got one from my in the crowd, and she's one of the crowd. I can literally put it up at some point. But I'll show you this. So that was quite exciting. But it's I think one thing I found annoying is that matriculation is done a week after, at the end of week 1. So you have your freshers week, which is week 0. Then you have week 1, which is a whole week of like tutorials, and then the weekend is your matriculation day.
That's the thing. So with Cambridge, different colleges do this at different times. But Oxford, there's more uniformity. So and all of them, so every fresher goes to this massive hall. And that's the one thing I think I'm envious of. I think our matriculation, obviously, whilst it was lovely,
it's more fragmented.
It's more fragmented and more college centric, whereas this is more uniform, more uni wide. So there's more formality in the outfit. There's more formality in the actual process of it as well. And I also really, really, really love the fact that all of you gathered together. I think it just,
and the weather was great. I think the previous year was raining. Oh, I forgot. We also get to go on punting after.
Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah, but you guys do yours and like it was fragmented.
Yeah, we didn't fragment the college.
Oh, the queue is so long. I think cost £30 per punt without having an expert. So I went with like a group of friends. But when we split the cost together, it was really, all my days, our college paid for all. So many people either got dumped into the river or jumped in. Personally, I didn't do that because I didn't want to mess up my outfit. But it's quite the fun day. Lots of people jumping in rivers. Lots of people punting.
I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Punting is like, it's like basically going on a boat, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like an Oxford Cambridge specific thing.
Yeah.
It is,
Yeah,
yeah. And what happens is you have the person standing on like the boat, and then
Yeah.
they have like a massive like rod.
Yeah. I remember so we took turns in my group on
Mm.
the punting. I think someone dropped the rod, so we were stranded.
Oh god.
And the people who do it make it look really easy. Like they make it look so easy, but then when the actual rod is heavy, and to actually direct the boat is so difficult. Like to navigate the waters and to also make sure you're not knocking into other people.
Yeah, yeah.
Like as fun as it was, I was genuinely terrified. My heart was beating. I was like, oh my god,
You have
Corinne.
such good pictures of actually. It's on your Instagram. Just stalked you, listen. I was like, oh, it's crazy.
Stalking,
Yeah.
stalking on Instagram, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time you call me, I used to hang up. And I would pretend I didn't care about you when I actually was stalking. But anyway,
Yeah, Freshers Week was
great.
cool.
I think the one thing actually, this is a more so this year I'm access officer for the junior common room, which is essentially for undergraduates.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
committee. So one thing I did found very difficult at Freshers Week is that I had a whole week of like having fun, doing social events.
Ooh, the switch.
Because they sat us reading at the end of week 0 for
Yeah.
essays due in the Monday of week 1, right? And that was quite hard. So this year I'm sort of implementing an academic skill session. Well, not as boring as her college, where they have every day,
Fun.
but
Fun.
one session just to get
Not
everyone
boring.
transitioned into the system so they can assimilate well and they're well acclimatized to the sort of requirements expected of them from a humanities side and the science side. That's the only disclaimer I have, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I think going from the fun and excitement of bridging a Freshers Week straight to the work can give you a bit of whiplash. Actually,
Yeah.
It can be a bit shocking. So I think
Be mindful of that.
be mindful that I think how you survive your first year and how you
Freshers
survive
Week.
Freshers Week
Yeah.
is actually making sure you're ready for the workload
That
comes in.
switch, yeah.
We actually had a bridging week essay.
Oh god. Yeah, let's not even talk about that.
It was,
Yeah, what's
it was,
up?
it was
God.
on Marx.
Oh no.
It was on Karl Marx.
You
I
had
had to read 3
Oh,
books.
God.
Of course, I did read all 3. I skimmed through, read it. But yeah,
She's a good
prepare
student.
yourself.
She's a
I'm
good
a very good student, guys. So
Good
yeah, Freshers
student.
Week
She's-
was good.
So yeah, what's up? So let's summarize our top 5 tips.
Top 5 tips to survive Freshers Week. Do not stay in
Don't
your
stay
room.
in your room. Run out of your room. Lock your room door. Throw the key away. Just don't stay in your room.
Don't lose your key, please.
Don't lose your key.
I lost my key. I was in my pajamas outside med. That was not fun.
The porters at the reception or lodge are very
Yeah, they help you. Yeah.
Second thing, networking. Meet people, talk to people. Don't be worried. Don't think about identity markers or socioeconomic background. Just be your authentic self.
Yeah. Go clubbing.
Have fun. You don't have to club, but just have fun.
Well,
The transition.
be wary of the transition,
Yes,
guys.
be aware that after week 0, you have actual work to do.
Yeah.
And the last thing.
Actually unpack your stuff.
Yeah, and iron your matriculation clothes. Okay, so we're talking about
Clubs and
friends
societies.
and friends.
Yeah, clubs and societies and friends.
Okay, so we've got 3 aspects of this part of the video: sports clubs, social clubs,
And wacky clubs.
and career clubs.
Yep.
So let's start with sports clubs. So yeah, Corinne, what sports do you do?
Okay, so I'm part of the Cambridge Women's Lacrosse team. I'm on the 2nd team. And we do a lot of fixtures of other unis. So we do box matches.
This is like the university league.
Yeah, the university league. So we tend to do like away matches or home matches. Yeah, it was actually so fun. When we did it throughout the year. I think one of our main competitors obviously is Oxford. We beat them twice, 13-2.
Okay,
and
I don't
14-0.
Anyway,
I'm a bit exaggerating, but we beat them by miles. So yeah, that was a highlight of the year, and we won the varsity match. So that's the Oxford versus Cambridge lacrosse match.
and they have it for we have a varsity match for each sport. Right?
Yeah, for each sport.
It's
Yeah.
like rugby varsity match, netball
Yeah.
varsity match.
Also, for those of you who don't know what lacrosse is, so it's a sport that basically involves a really long. Actually, where's your lacrosse stick?
Right there.
Oh yeah.
So this is the lacrosse stick. So you essentially catch the ball in the air, and it's this really dense, heavy ball, much
Yeah.
more dense and heavier than a baseball or a tennis ball.
And then you cradle it to keep the ball in, and you shoot.
And you shoot and you. Yeah.
Sorry. So yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool sport to play. We played it in our old school.
Yeah, we went to one of the B-state schools in the country that offers lacrosse, so it was a great opportunity to learn how to play.
And unites this game unites people, and it's one of the only games where you can actually run behind the goal.
Yeah, and also it's speculated to become an Olympic sport in 2028.
Yeah.
Watch out that space. So yeah, I also play lacrosse. I joined the mixed lacrosse team. So mixed lacrosse is essentially lacrosse, but it's men and women. So you've got women's lacrosse, men's lacrosse, mixed lacrosse. The mixed lacrosse team is very fun actually. I got to meet lots of people from older years, people from different degree courses.
Yeah, that's really cool.
We don't play box games in mixed lacrosse.
Oh, you guys have your own separate.
We have a separate league, so we don't. It's not as serious as women and men's, but I found it very fun because I thought that going into Oxford, starting off with quite challenging degree with lots of reading, history and politics, very demanding. It requires a lot of time designated to entering the literature. I wanted something relaxed and just to get my fitness up.
Yeah, I think it's a really good way to just be physically active as well. Like after you spend like a day reading, it's just great to just run around and attack people with a stick.
So you're not attack people, but play safely, but you're not getting too bogged down in work. So yeah, I think there are two aspects of sports in uni, right? So you've got university sports, which is what we do.
Yeah.
So we represent the uni in lacrosse. So that's quite demanding. It takes quite a bit of time.
It does.
If you're not necessarily keen on representing uni or spending a large quantity of time playing sports to represent the university,
you can do
college. You can do college sports. So in Oxford, we have what we call cuppers, which is essentially competition between the colleges in different sporting areas. So cuppers are certainly more relaxed, training aren't intense, and the stakes aren't as high. So you don't have these coordinated sessions, lots of intensity playing other universities.
Also, I think with a sport like lacrosse, which requires a high level expertise and skill, on the college level, actually, they're a lot more accepting of laymen or people who are
beginners,
sports, so essentially beginners. So I think if you want to get into a new sport, hockey, lacrosse, whatever it be, a sport you haven't played before, it's really great to start on the college level and maybe to advance to the university level. Because I think on the university level, it's definitely a lot more demanding and there's an expectation for probably a higher standard and higher skill set.
Okay, so what's your highlight? What's your highlight for sports? Yeah.
I think my highlight of the year was definitely smashing Oxford.
Okay.
Okay. That was really fun. Also, I think on a lot of the away matches when we're on the bus, it's a great time for like social and like team bonding.
Camaraderie.
Yeah, we did a lot of like karaoke on the bus, getting food and stuff. So yeah, the girls on the team are amazing.
Okay. Well, I would say for me, the main highlight for lacrosse this year was, and I think it was a major aspect to me surviving my first year.
Yeah.
Because it meant I was actually able to meet people outside my college. And I think in Oxford and Cambridge that can be quite difficult because everything is so college oriented. Actually joining these societies, particularly ones also uni oriented as well, means you get to meet people from different colleges, so you get to broaden your social base, which makes your life more enriching. But yeah, I'd say my highlight was actually the lacrosse socials. So every term we would have these socials where we would go to like a bar or a pub at the end of every term, and we would have a meal. We played all these weird games, which I was never familiar with. So there's this one called Shui.
I think so basically, the last person to take off their shoe has to drink the shoe. They have to drink a beverage from the shoe.
Drink a beverage from the shoe.
Yeah. Also, I think,
which is quite
I think for me a highlight also was the dinners, the end of term dinners that we did. For us, because I'm women's lacrosse, we did actually get to mingle with the men's lacrosse team, and that was always quite interesting. In terms of what was most challenging, I think definitely sometimes, whilst I did get the mental reprieve and the physical exercise from sports, sometimes it's very hard to juggle maybe an essay or a deadline with training, especially because the coach is quite adamant that we come to training on time and that we train as much as possible. So I think that was one thing that was slightly difficult. But obviously, if you're organized and you wake up on time,
then it should work.
It should work, and also you can gain support from the people who actually do your course.
Oh my god, 100%.
Before you So actually, I remember there was a specific training we had just before varsity. I had an essay, but I hadn't done any of the readings. So my friend, I won't say her name, but she helped me with the reading and gave me her notes. So leaning on people, I think, can really help enrich your experience and make it more durable.
I hadn't necessarily experienced. I always do my reading. But yeah, I think it's very, very good opportunity to get wisdom from older people. So there was this girl in my mixed lacrosse team second year, does PPE, politics, philosophy and economics. And yeah, it was really great talking to her about her experience with the course, especially with the politics side. And she was able to give me support, advice, and different tips on how to maximize my degree in the area.
Okay.
So
Social clubs.
social clubs. Should I start social clubs? Okay, social clubs. Actually, one of the first things, and this was from the advice of my half sister, she said I should join the ACS. So the ACS is the Afro Caribbean Society. So the Oxford ACS is one of the first social clubs I joined, and I joined it mainly because I thought that it was important for me to try and find a space within the university that had people of the same ethnic and cultural background as me to help foster and to reinforce connections and friendships and links with people from that area, just to try and help to diversify my social base and ensure that I'm still keeping true to my roots. So the ACS has actually been very central to my social life, actually. Well, not fully central, but it did help me find a sense of belonging and familiarity with people there. And I think one of my event highlights would be the ACS ball we do every year. Oxford and Cambridge do balls, but the end of year ball was very nice. Everyone came together as a community. We played like Nigerian songs, Caribbean songs.
Yeah,
it's really great. Yeah.
So I also
The
joined
Cambridge ACS is bigger, right? So you talk about that.
Yeah, I also joined the Cambridge ACS. I'm actually sports officer for the Cambridge ACS. I really wanted to. Well, actually, it was one of my friends who actually suggested that I sign up because I'm quite active in terms as a sports person in uni. I'm really happy I did sign up and got the role. So yeah, the Cambridge ACS is so awesome. We have loads of events and parties. And we had an all-white party outside just before we broke up for the year. That was really nice. And there was plenty of great food, plenty of good music. It's really nice to kind of
Is it like a summer party?
Yeah, it's really nice to really mingle with like people who are from the same cultural background as you. Although I think because I do HSPS, there are quite a lot of Nigerian and Ghanaian girls on my course anyway. So it was just another base of interaction for us. They're great girls, great guys, and people there as well. So yeah, it was really lovely to do.
I think we had a summer party as well, but this was like, and that's the thing with Oxford and Cambridge, right? Even though you're not necessarily attached to a particular society, especially with social media, there's so many ways to try and find access to just random events happening. So in Hilda's, every evening or every Monday, periodically throughout the term, we have what we call gig nights in our college JCR. So our junior common rooms where all the undergraduates congregate to socialize. So we have different like bands or student bands coming to play, and it's so electric. And it was on our blooper trailer video for thing, right?
I think even we have a band. I'm gonna shout them out. The Lost Projects.
Okay, projects, right?
Okay. I don't want to say any names, but this Lost Projects as a band. There are two people in my college who do it, and they're really good.
Nice, yeah.
And they tend to do a lot. We have Lucy, live at Lucy at my college,
which is nice, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like they just perform and they're really
exactly
good. There's also other bands as well.
And then you used to have external ones. So we had a summer soiree as well.
Oh, okay.
Which was really nice because it was in the middle of Trinity term. So we call our term. So you have Hillary term, which is second term, Michaelmas term, which is first term, Trinity term is basically summer term. So in Trinity term, which is literally the exam term, like hell. It's literally hell. Like you're revising for your exams. We're going to talk about exams in the next section.
Yeah.
The summer soiree was really lovely because we went to this like farmhouse, which is like on the outskirts of the Oxford area, like near a river.
Okay.
The Isis farmhouse. So we had like a little summer soiree party thing.
Okay.
So there are lots of different events happening all the time. I'm going to see a play with my friends actually called Heather's.
Oh, that's cool. I think going back to the ACS actually, as sports officer, we have to do this ACS varsity where the Oxford and Cambridge ACS like compete in like football, netball, basketball.
Oh yeah.
I've actually
Oxford beat Cambridge in the basketball.
That is going to be corrected.
Her and her other sports officer, I think they want to correct. I think
we're gonna correct it next year. We're gonna win next year as we should. But I'm planning that now.
You did a Google form.
Yeah, I did a Google form recently.
She's already on that.
We're getting people to start training, guys. Yeah. We're gonna win.
You're being a great sports officer.
Yeah.
I respect
that. Sports officer duties.
I'm varsity officer actually. So for the lacrosse varsity match, I'm the varsity officer. So I'm as well.
Careers clubs. Okay, so like there are loads of clubs in Oxford and Cambridge are like geared towards careers. So there's like a law society in Cambridge. In terms of what like I'm part of the Cambridge Climate Society. I wouldn't say that's a careers club, but that's definitely a more formal club. And there's Society of Economic Pluralism. And obviously the Cavendish Chronicle, which is our college magazine. And we actually released a magazine recently, and it's on the Mythic. I did an article on myth busting, the false medical perceptions harming people of color. My friend Elsie actually did one because we have an accommodation building that's being knocked down, gables and inside. So she actually did want to memorialize both buildings.
How have you found law sock though? Do you go regularly?
I
or-
don't go to law school. I do not go to law school regularly, but they had like a ball, which was really cool. So it's a really good, so obviously it's a great way to socialize, but also a great way to
Network.
also a great way to network and like meet people, right?
Okay. I'm part of the Women in Law Society. So I was a college rep, but this time I'm a sponsorship officer. So we're just trying to get different law firms sponsor. Again, these ones are more career oriented because like they're focused on particular vocations.
Yeah.
But again, it's the same thing. A good way to meet people. And what I love about the societies is that they're not high commitment. They're not mandatory, right? It's not like in secondary school. You're just there to meet people to get what you want out of it. Similar to my sister, I write for the Oxford Blue, which is the Oxford's digital online newspaper, which I'm pretty sure is award winning.
Award winning.
I think so.
The student journal.
I have to check. I have to fact check that. But yeah, the Oxford Blue, I write for that. I was junior editor last term, and I wrote an article on what Oxford can do to help improve the experience of neurodivergent students, which I was very passionate about. So yeah, there's just so many things to do, and then you obviously got the Oxford Union, Oxford and Cambridge Union.
Yeah, so that's just very. I think
Debate Society.
Yeah.
Oxford Union's bigger.
Okay.
Did you do lots of unions then?
No, I think I wasn't. I attended loads of debates, but I wasn't necessarily that involved. I do want to be a bit more involved next year, but I think what's really great about the union is the fact that you get to see a lot of like experts and like the speakers. They tend to invite like really famous. I know we had Ben Shapiro. I think.
Do you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that was.
We got Nancy Pelosi.
We had Nancy Pelosi like
as well.
Yeah, but I think that was like that was Mick so like first term. The queue was so long. Literally, I was queuing up for like 2 hours. I didn't get in, which was
so sad though. But yeah, the union is also another really good place to meet people. Actually, I think that is like the epitome of social club.
Yeah,
like it is a social of social clubs.
But it's very time demanding.
Time demanding. And lots of political maneuvering there, but it's a very fun society. And then, without further ado, the Bizarre Club. So I'll start. Wacky, bizarre. You've got, and that's what's so lovely about university, whether it's at Oxford, Cambridge, or even like London unis or in Sheffield or wherever you want to go to. Societies are there for people to mingle and meet people. So I think, and if you should join them because it makes your university experience much more memorable, right?
Yeah.
So one that I didn't know existed, which I found very odd, the Cheese Society, right?
Cheese.
There's a Cheese Society. Yeah. There's a Cheese Society where you actually eat cheese and people talk about cheese. And then we've also had a Quidditch. Quidditch. Like, yeah, literally. I don't know how it works, but I've seen it in university parks a couple times, and it looks quite interesting. Yeah.
So I didn't go, but my friends went to this rifle society just for fun. I remember my friend was telling me how after her ears hurt so much because it looks fun, but guys, rifles are loud. And there was actually a matchmaking society as well, which I.
Oh, remember the Oxford and Cambridge ACS did a joint event. Remember the Valentine's Day? Oh, we did Take Me Out.
Yeah,
I won that, by the way. It was like it was like ACS Take Me Out, and you had like different contestants from Oxford and Cambridge, and instead of using buzzers, we used like balloons, and you had like different contestants coming up. So another thing that's quite cool, society tends to do joint stuff with Oxford and Cambridge, which was very fun. Yeah. It was amazing. We went on like a coach. Yeah. It took us 3 hours to get to Cambridge. We went to like Emmanuel College in like a theatre. As I saw, we had a little link up there.
Yes.
And that was actually quite funny actually because
that was fun. But yeah, so we have a matchmaking society. I didn't sign up for that because I was like no. But again, that's just an example of some of the really funny stuff that does happen. So yeah,
you got other things like business, finance, all sorts.
Yeah. So actually, there's also a really nice one where they sponsor you to travel to like Thailand. It's not Cambridge Society, but it was at the Society's fair. So yeah, there's loads of stuff to do. So again, if you want to survive your first year, make sure you sign up. You don't only sign up, try and sign up to as many diverse societies, different ones. Ones are career oriented, ones are a bit wacky. Although I don't know, the wacky ones were not sustainable.
Get good balance.
Good balance, and then obviously some of the more social ones. So yeah, definitely join society.
Yeah, it's a great way to go beyond your college community. Yeah, to make more lasting friendships and connections.
And to enrich your life.
Yeah, because you
spend all your time in the library.
As much as, and again, academic excellence is what we strive for. That's what we all want.
Yeah.
We strive. Madam. Yeah, we strive for it. We do it. So, but give yourself a break, you know?
Yeah, that's it for clubs and societies. Join the Rifle Society.
Join the Cheese Society.
Join the
Cheese Society.
You can find your husband or your wife.
Cheese Society. Cheese is better than
I don't like cheese. Okay, this is